So in a nutshell, you think it is possible for the medium to be able to self-tape and use the medium at the moment, and possibly in the future. Like, my mind could have gone, what if we're in ISO for the rest of time? Like, and worst case scenario, we won't be, but the ultimate question would be, could you cast a show, someone sitting in America, the UK, Australia, and then get to day one rehearsal in the room without actually having everyone in the room together?
I personally would not want to do that, but it is very much a reality. And I think it's, God, that's scary, isn't it? I think it's very much a reality. I personally wouldn't want to do that, for the exact same reason of, like I said before, there is that aspect that we have in the back of our minds, that how many takes has this person done, and was it a fluke? Because I've also had it in the past where people have done a self-tape for me, and I've gone, that is one of the best self-tapes I've ever seen in my life. Let's get them in for a callback. And then we kind of go, oh, okay, like that's not what we got in the self-tape at all. And it turns out it was just very polished, and they'd had their acting coach in the room with them, and they were basically being given on the spot feedback and coaching and that sort of thing. But when it came to crunch time, so for that reason, I wouldn't want that to happen. But, I'm never say never. Shookers to us all.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can probably produce that in a live situation as well, because you could be so like, you've got 2 weeks, you've got the time, you've got the money to be able to rehearse something to a point where it's like, I need to hit my mark in 5 minutes, and like, that's all you've got. Because generally you walk in and go, cool, I just need to hear you sing, let's do the scene, maybe do a couple of scales, but peace out. That's all I've got time for, because I need to see 50 other people.
Yeah.
Getting them to call back, they just might fall apart because they're like, I didn't have time. I only had 24 hours to organize myself. So,
right. Yeah.
Yeah. So there might be that, maybe that's the beauty of having that week of auditions. It's like, cool, I'm going to give you time to prepare this, but now when I put you under pressure, what actually happens to you?
Yeah. I guess it is that sort of old, very dated, and, that saying of, it separates the boys from the men. And that's what the process kind of is it's we want to, it weeds out the people, and that's a very harsh thing to say, it weeds out the people, but I stand by it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can have people that are like a seasoned auditioners, and they're just so good at hitting their mark straight away. But the people that I mean, like, look at the people that are in the industry for longevity, instead of instant famous. Oh my gosh, like, I'm amazing, but cool, what else can you do? Nothing. But that's yes, very harsh, but at the same time, yeah, you want to be in this forever, not for a hot second.
That's exactly right. And I think it is a thing where some people are really good auditioners, and I've seen it before, where I think a lot of people have seen it before, where you might be watching something on TV, or you might be watching something live, and you kind of go, okay, like, that's interesting, I wonder how they got that job, and like, maybe they're just a good auditioner or whatever. But there are also some people who are brilliant, but they just are terrible at auditioning. And it is a thing in casting that I've definitely learned, is I kind of know how people audition and that sort of thing. And it's also an understanding of being able to work with people in the room, and in this day and age on Zoom and that sort of thing, and what do certain personalities need, or certain people need, to give them the best environment for their audition, to make them feel safe and supported, and ready to collaborate and that sort of thing. Because some people are just happy to, like you said, come in, sing, scene, peace out. But other people kind of do need that little bit more sort of like a bit of a chat, a bit of a warm up into everything. It really does depend on the person.
Yeah, because I guess the body of work is so important. But if you don't have a body of work to rely on, to go, oh no, I know Stephen's like this, or I know that Stephen is like this. How? Like, if I don't have a body of work, or individuals don't have body of work, and they're like, yeah, but I can never be seen, or I can never be out there. We're in a medium now where you can be seen by everybody very quickly, or tagging and things like that. I guess this is kind of going off topic, but also in preparation for the digital sense that I mean, it's there. Like, you can either shy away from social media, or you can use it. Do you think,
Absolutely.
don't put the self-tape that you're about to do up on Vimeo or YouTube and be like, guys, what do you think? But put a body of work up online and say, tag yourself on there, or tag, invite people to watch it. Do you think that is a good idea for artists to be doing in this day and age?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I am at the point now where when I'm casting projects that maybe not necessarily for advertising, but certainly for theatre, music theatre, film and TV, short films, I will look at their Instagram before I look at their showcast. That's actually a lie. I do look at it for advertising. If I'm looking for someone with a particular look and they get submitted to me with a headshot that does have that particular look, I'll always look at their social media to make sure to see what they look like at this point in time. Like, it's a bit stalkerish. Like, I'll look at their story, or I will like look at their most recent posts to see if they match their headshot and that sort of thing. So I would say absolutely. I mean, at the moment, Vimeo and YouTube are great for watching stuff. Like at the moment, I don't have my big iMac set up because I'm really like trying not to set up a home office situation yet. But I'm on my iPad and doing all of my work from that. But people have been sending me WeTransfer files, which is a little bit fiddly to do. So stuff like a Vimeo link, a YouTube link is fine. But let's face it, I'm glued to my phone. I'm on Instagram all day. Like, tag me in something. If you've got like a quick little bit of something you want me to see, chuck it up. Like, it can't hurt. My only thing is just check with one or two people who know what they're talking about before you upload stuff, because I've also been tagged in things online where I kind of go, ooh, like, shouldn't have. I don't want to. I don't want to say that. Like, you shouldn't have shown me that. Sort of thing.
Yeah.
I just think, what do you have to lose at this point in time?
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
You are so welcome. Thanks for having me. How exciting.
Pleasure.